Hello. Last time you worked on combining primitives. Actually, you only worked with the box, but you combined primitives to make a chair, and you did combining by drawing on the face of another box. Today, you're still going to be using combine, but most of it we will have to do using the combine command that's under here. And if you remember, it's okay if you don't, but if you remember, the combine feature can also cut or intersect Fusion primitives. So I don't think we'll be intersecting, but we're definitely going to be cutting. And so your assignment is headphones. And I'm going to do most of that, if not all of it, in probably 2 videos. So we're going to do, and they won't be perfect headphones because they're going to be spherical instead of oblong, but we're going to start with a sphere. So I am going to take a sphere, create sphere, and I'm going to draw it on the floor. I think I'm going to start it at this 50 millimeter point. And when I click, I get a sphere. Okay, it defaults to the last size you made. I want my sphere to be 40. So I'm going to click OK, and that sphere is good to go, but we only want half of it. So to get half of it, we need to cut half off. Now, I cannot use the combine feature directly on a sphere because it really has no flat face to click. I mean, it might be possible, but you're not going to get the accuracy you would get by drawing the cutting piece separately. So we're going to cut with a box. And I'm also going to draw the box on the floor. And I'm going to make a 50 by 50 by 50 box. The reason I chose that is you want your cutting thing to be big enough. So I want to make sure it completely overlaps 1/2 of my sphere. So now, and notice that I hit enter, both bodies are done, both bodies are separate. I'm going to label this one left here. From our perspective, it'll be the one on the left. So now I want to move these so they intersect each other. So I'm going to deselect everything. I'm actually going to change it to the front perspective. And in order to move this box, I have to select the whole box. If you just try to right click and move, when something has more than one face, it doesn't work. And the reason it doesn't work is because only that front face has been selected. And we want to move the whole thing. So I'm going to click body 2 here. That's one way to select an object. You can also trace around it. But so before moving an object or before going to move copy, you need to have the whole object selected. So I'm going to click that again. I'm going to right click move copy again. I'm going to click straight front again. And then I'm going to move this so that it will be cutting that whole face. Actually, I'm going to cut a little more than half. And see how it's jumping from 0 to -10? If I zoom in a little bit, it'll jump in smaller increments. I still don't love that, so I'm going to type in -3. And that's the part I'm going to keep, the part that's not intersecting. I'm going to hit OK, but you'll be able to tell we're not done because when we look from the left side, this whole box needs to be completely covering this side too. So I'm going to select body 2 again, and I'm going to move copy again, and I'm going to slide this so it's completely covering that whole half. And you can tell, well, let me click the home button. Whoop, that was not a good button to click. Let me try this corner. So you can see that more than half of the sphere is embedded into that cube. And so what I'll end up doing is I'll be cutting away the cube, and it will take that part of the sphere with it. So I'm going to hit OK because I'm really happy with the positioning. And there. So right now I'm looking at the left front. When I use the combine menu, I tend to not have anything selected. I just prefer to do it that way. So I have purposely not selected anything. I'm going to go to modify combine. Sorry, that was modify combine. And it opens our property box. And it's waiting for me to select the target body. That's the body you want to keep. So I'm going to click the sphere. I want to keep that sphere. And then it automatically switches and wants me to select the tool body. And my command is already on cut because I used this earlier. But the first time you open combine, this is going to say join. So if we did keep it on join and join it, you would see that we'd only have one body and both pieces would be included. So that's what you did with the chair. You just didn't use the combine menu, but you were combining shapes. Okay, I'm going to go to cut. Red will indicate the part it's going to cut away. When I click OK, two things happened. One, we have the semi-sphere that we were looking for, or almost semi-sphere, and we lost the second body. Okay, so when it cuts it away, it even removes the body from the menu, which is good. Okay, I'm going to tilt this so we can see it halfway. Now I want to cut a hole into this. And I'm going to do that using the technique you used with the chair. So if I go to create sphere and I click the face of this, remember that I have emphasized that it's good to create on intersections. So one of the reasons I did that is now when I click this intersection, I know that I'm going to get it centered in the original sphere because the original sphere center was here. Again, I don't want 40. Let's see what 20 looks like. So what we're looking at is to see how much of this we want for like the part of the headphone. I think I'm going to turn that up. Yeah, so that looks better. So this red sphere, and let me tilt again for you. Oops. This is going to be cut away because it's already set on cut. And I could actually switch to join if I wanted to. And when I click OK, that piece is gone. And I have a concave open half sphere. I'm going to switch to home because sometimes I get lost. Okay, so that's a good start. I want to make it look like we have a cushiness to that because that's a pretty hard plastic eggshell almost. So what I'm going to do to this is I'm going to add a torus. Now remember our original sphere was 40. I think we're going to need something a little less than that. So I'm going to go to create torus. I actually want to create one on this wall that I won't have to rotate. And I'm actually going to create it while looking at the right of this. And I'm going to put the sphere, I'm going to put the center of the torus here because then I know it'll be perfectly aligned. And I'm going to try 35. We may have to switch this later. But when I hit OK, I get a torus. I don't know if you remember making torus, but when you do it, there's a couple arrows here you can play with. This arrow will change the radius, which we probably don't want to do, but we'll find out soon. And this changes the thickness of it. So if you want a really heavy torus, you can do that. I think I'm going to set it at 15. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go back to this view. Now I'm going to move the torus. Earlier, when I moved the block, I had to select it over here. I don't actually have to do that with the torus because it technically only has one face. But if you're not sure whether or not to pre-select before moving, just pre-select it. It doesn't hurt pre-selecting it before you go to move copy. Okay, so now I'm going to move this over this way. I'm going to flip this around to see how well centered it is. I know they're not touching each other yet. I just want to make sure it actually should be centered because I drew on the same line. But the other thing I did is I used this block, so I might have moved it up and down, but it's pretty good. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to change this and just use the arrow and pop it over there. And I'm going to hit enter and pan a little bit. And I'm going to rotate this a little bit. Now, it's okay. I don't love the fact that this is so much bigger than the sphere. And I kind of did that on purpose because I want to show you something. It is possible to edit shapes you've made a few steps back. So I want to change the properties of this torus. So I'm going to notice I don't have anything. You want to make sure it's not selected. So I'm going to right click the torus and I'm going to go to edit feature. And it shows me two things. And it allows me to edit the move if I want, which I don't. I want to edit the torus primitive. And when you edit the torus primitive, it actually returns to the place it was originally created. So we're going to have to guesstimate a little, but let me start with decreasing my inner diameter. I'm going to try 30. And the cool thing is I can try 30. When I hit enter, it reattaches itself to where it was. So you won't have to redo the move. You can see that's significantly better. Yeah, I might leave it. If you wanted to play more, again, I could edit feature, go to torus primitive, it separates itself. I'm gonna make the diameter a little smaller and see what happens with that. I also might make the torus diameter is the thickness of the donut. The inner diameter is the size of the donut. I'm gonna try 27. You guys can, I did that too fast, so anyway, it fixed itself. I might have made it too small. I did. So let me go back here. Whoops. I'm going to click cancel. I'm going to go back to edit feature, torus primitive 1, and I'm going to go back to 30. Now, you guys don't have to have the exact same dimensions I do. Use what you want to use. And just, it's got to look similar to mine. It's definitely okay if it's not exactly the same. So I think that's a better fit. I'm actually going to move it a little more. So I'm going to right click, move copy, and I'm just gonna, I only want to move that a little bit. It's moving more than I want it to. I want to move it so that I don't see a little gap here. That looks much better. So I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to put it back to home view and then rotate a little more. So that's not bad. I mean, it's not ideal, but for the fact that we want to be working on cutting, it's a pretty good shape and good practice. So I think I'm going to end this video here. And then we'll come back. The next video I'll make, we'll come back and we'll make a duplicate of this. And then we'll add the other pieces. So that's a good start. See you in the next one.